Hi, I'm Kristin.
And I am Joe. We are Meacham Urban Farm here in Tampa, Florida.
We're here today to show you that no matter where you are in the U.S., you can build your own edible garden and harvest your own delicious food.
This is Grow Anywhere.
Meacham Urban Farm is a 2-acre organic seasonal vegetable farm right in the city limits. We grow about 30 to 40 varieties of organic vegetables, and because we're in such an urban environment, we really try and maximize our space on this plot.
And Meacham Urban Farm was laid out by the Tampa Housing Authority with a vision to bring local organic produce to the mixed income communities here in Tampa.
We use several methods on the farm to ensure that we're getting the most out of our property and utilizing every inch of the space. But none of these methods would be effective if we didn't have healthy soil.
It is the most crucial part of either farming or gardening is to understand what is going on with your soil. And even at a very small scale, I encourage all gardeners to test their soils. If you have clay soils, you can use amendments like peat moss, compost, and sand to help break it up and make it easier for moisture and nutrients to reach the plant's roots. If you have sandy soil, like we have here in Florida, I recommend adding clay, compost, and peat moss, which help keep moisture and nutrients from draining out fast.
To maximize our square footage here on the farm, we like to plant high turnover crops.
That allows us to maximize our square footage, so it's very beneficial for your home gardens if you plant crops that are quicker and that use less space, so like turnips, beets, carrots.
Some other high turnover crops you can plant in your home garden are lettuce, radish, arugula, and scallions.
You can really pack them into a small space and get a lot of reward from that.
Interplanting crops is another method we use here on the farm.
We interplant beets with tomatoes. So prior to putting the tomatoes in the ground, we plant beets roughly 15 to 25 days ahead of those. And as those tomato plants are reaching maturity, we are going in and harvesting those beets.
Some other great crops you can interplant in your home garden are tomatoes and basil, scallions and lettuce, and cucumbers and beets.
That is a great way to maximize your square footage by this interplanting of different crops together.
Another way we're maximizing square footage on our farm is by planting crops a lot closer together. You can do this in your backyard garden as well by just bringing your crops closer while planting.
In your home garden, you can play around with the distance between plants. For instance, here on our farm, we plant lettuce heads roughly 8 inches away from each other in a square configuration. And as the lettuce heads grow to maturity, they smother out weeds and have your water retention maintained.
Here are some common spacing you can use at home. About 18 inches for tomatoes. You can plant your radishes in bunches about 1 to 3 seeds per inch. Scallions can be planted closer together, about 5 per 2 inches. And finally, arugula can be planted with tight spacing.
And it's a great way to reduce your labor as well as get full use square footage of that space.
So just remember, high turnover crops to maximize your vegetables, high density to maximize your space, and always maintain your soil health for the best results.
And we'll see you in a few weeks to show you the harvest.
Welcome back. It's been a few weeks, and as you can see, the farm is in full bloom.
The tomatoes are starting to ripen and the crops are really coming to fruition. While you were away, we started having some problems with aphids. Aphids are issues that you can see on your home garden. We deal with them here on our farm as well, so you just gotta make sure to scout the undersides of your leaves and nip the issue before it spreads.
One of the unique things about our farm is our farm store is located right on the property. Customers can come onto the farm, see directly where the produce is growing, and then purchase veggies to take home and cook with.
A few things that have been big hits this year in our farm store are our tomatoes and our beets. You know, things that I love to do with our tomatoes, like, I like to spend a Sunday and cook up a nice red pasta sauce. And our beets, I love to just boil a beet and a little bit of salt and pepper. It's fantastic.
I like to get a little more complex, thinly slice the beets and put a little bit of arugula on top of a fresh pizza. You gotta try it. We hope you enjoyed this episode and learned just how easy it is to grow at home.
Hopefully you picked up a few tricks on how to maximize your small garden space.
We would love to hear about your garden successes and all the plants you plan to grow in your home garden in the comments below. See ya.
Bye.